Hello friends, welcome back to Simply Home and Harvest. Today we're going to do a few different things. First, we've got ants. We normally get them every spring, and this year we didn't get them in the spring, and I was like, oh, maybe they're skipping a year. But no, they were just a little late to the party this year, just like most everything was. And so now we have a little trail of, I call them sugar ants, that are running right along our back door, and I've noticed they're making their way to the kitchen. So I have a little trick that I've used for years that helps get rid of them, and I thought I would share that with you. Also want to show you something that was sent to me to help me hopefully, oh, I so hope, get rid of this mole issue in the garden. So I'm excited to try that out today. And then someone that Tim works with gave us a bag of the most delicious blackberries that I've ever tasted. And that's a lot for me to say because I don't really like blackberries, but even Ella, who doesn't like blackberries either, was like, these are really good. So I don't know where they came from, but somebody knows what they're doing. And I'm gonna make a blackberry cobbler out of those. So stay tuned, we got a lot to do today. So if you guys have been hanging out with me for any time now, you know that we have had a mole issue in the garden. So I was especially excited when the folks over at Pest reached out to me to see if I would be willing to try some of their pest control products. Now I'm going to leave you a coupon code and the link below in the description box, but today we're going to try out the mole repellent. This is good for moles, groundhogs, gophers, snakes, voles, and what it is it's a solar panel that you stick in the ground. You just screw into the ground, and it creates vibrations that will deter the pests and keep them away from your garden, away from your yard. So I am super excited to try this and just see if we can get rid of this very pesky issue. So in just a few minutes, I'm going to show you how we put those into the ground. Very simple to install. Didn't take us but about 5 minutes. They also sent me an indoor insect repellent, and this is something that is electric. It plugs into the wall. You can put it right by your doorway, which is where we decided to put ours, and just turn it on, and it's got this light that will attract the bugs to your device. So if you're interested in trying either one of these, be sure to check out that link. The coupon code will get you 40% off. They have some incredible products there in their Amazon shop, so be sure to check those as well. And I will show you how we install that mole repellent, and in a few weeks we'll see if it does the trick, which I am very hopeful that it will. Well, I'm out in the garden early this morning debating on whether or not I'm going to try to tackle some weeding before it gets super hot out here. It still feels pretty good. It's still in the lower 80s, but it's going to get up into the upper 90s today, so we've got to get our work done and get it done quick. But the first thing I wanted to do this morning is I did want to try out this mole repellent, solar-powered mole repellent system that was sent to me to review. And what I'll do is I will leave you a link and a coupon code below so that if you are interested in trying this out for yourself, you can go ahead and do that, and you can use my coupon code and get a little discount there as well. I'm very excited to try this, especially in the garden, because if you have watched previous videos, you know that we have a mole issue in our garden, and I'm going to show you a little bit of what they have done. Every day I come out here and it seems like they've created a new path. We could probably put these all over our yard, but since we only have 4 that we're going to try out, I think that Tim and I have decided that the best use would be to try to put them inside the garden in the 4 corners of the garden. But I could probably put them in our mulch as well because it's really bad up there too. However, we know they're disrupting our root system of our plants in the garden, so that would be the most beneficial place to put them. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to try them out. It takes about 3 days, it looks like, and I'll give you a closer view of the product, but it takes about 3 days to get it working, I think. And we'll see what kind of results we get. So these were very easy to install. Like I said, we did decide to put those on the inside of the garden in the four corners. And basically it's just a piece and then it just screws down into the ground and you flip a switch on that will start those vibrations. It takes about 3 days for it to really activate and you start seeing the results. I did enlist the help of Tim and Alex because the bending and twisting was not too good for my back this week. I was having a little bit of a flare up, so they came in and they got the job done for me. And we didn't get to the weeding, unfortunately, and then the rain came back later this week. So hopefully I can get in the garden, get those weeds out. But we are starting to see a lot of harvest come in. So next week you'll be seeing all the tomatoey things. I believe it's going to be time to start canning. But anyway, that's a side note. For now, you'll see that we got everything installed. All right, let's make a blackberry cobbler. One of Tim's coworkers sent us the most beautiful blackberries, and though I'm not a fan of blackberries, he is. And so his birthday was last week, and I thought I'm gonna make him a blackberry cobbler. But first, I did make some homemade pizza for dinner. I wanted to tease y'all a little bit with that. If you are interested in this recipe, I'll try to remember to link that in the description box below. But if not, just look up my videos on YouTube and you'll find out how to make that homemade pizza. First thing I did was melt a stick of butter in the microwave. And this is such an easy recipe, y'all. It's a stick of butter, 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of sugar. You mix that together. And then one more step is you add in 1 cup of milk. And I decided to use half and half. So if you've got some half and half that you need to use up, we had some in the fridge that need to get used. Go ahead and add in a cup of half and half. That will work just as well, maybe even better. Stir your batter together and then I'm telling you, it can't really get any easier. You can make any fruit cobbler this way. My mom had this recipe years ago. I think they call it cuppa because it's just a cup of everything. Pour that batter right over your melted butter, and then right on top of that you're going to add about 2 cups of fruit. Of course we're using blackberries today, but you could add fresh strawberries, fresh blueberries. I have definitely used this for blueberries and strawberries before. You could probably even do peaches since that's in season now as well. So all you're going to do is just cover the top with your fruit of choice, and then you're going to bake this in a preheated oven at 350 degrees for about 45 minutes or until it is nice and golden brown and cooked all the way through. This is such a simple recipe and it turns out delicious every time I make it. Tim is already asking me to make him another one, and I probably will end up doing that today because we just about finished this one off. Now, I think the best way to have this is while it's still warm with a scoop of vanilla ice cream on top. So another issue that we've had over the last week is we've got an abundance of sugar ants. Now, I've tried to get rid of them in another way. I tried to vacuum them up. I've tried to just sweep them outside. They just keep coming back and bringing their friends. So I decided to pull out what I know has worked for me in the past, and that is an all-natural borax solution that is made up of 1 cup of warm water, a half cup of sugar, and 2 tablespoons of boric acid. Now this is just borax. It's a detergent. You can find it in your grocery store on the laundry aisle. Then I just take however many cotton balls I need, soak them in the solution, and then you just place the cotton balls near any trails that the ants have established in your home. So for me, it was right by the back door where we have been keeping our trash can, and you'll just have to forgive how dinked and dented up the floor is over here in this area, but it has had our trash can sitting there for years, so that has contributed to the character of the home. But I did just add a cotton ball there. I added one over in the kitchen and one near the trash can that we had recently moved. So I let it sit here. You can see a little bit of activity, but I'm going to come back in about an hour and show you just how excited the ants are to have the solution nearby. Okay, so it's been about an hour and you can see how many ants are coming and they are feasting on this little cotton ball. So they're going to take in the solution, they're going to carry it back to their colonies, and not immediately, but over the next day or two, it's going to run its course and you should no longer see ants in your home. So we'll come back and check it tomorrow or the next day and see if we can get rid of this problem. And so guys, this is the very next day and there are no ants in sight. I think I've seen 3 maybe since I laid the cotton ball down, or since about 2 hours after we laid the cotton ball down yesterday. So I think that we have definitely eliminated the problem. So definitely try this if you have an ant issue in your home. All right, friends, well, that's going to wrap it up for me today. I hope you have enjoyed today's video, and hopefully some of what I've shared will inspire you. Maybe you'll be able to make that Blackberry Cobbler and get rid of those ants and the moles and mosquitoes too. If you're interested in those products that I shared with you today, be sure to check in the description box below, find that link, and then use the coupon code to get 40% off. That coupon code is good from today, August the 3rd, until September the 1st. So be sure to use that, and hopefully we can get rid of these pests. All right, well, I'd love to have you join me here on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, remember to live simply, use what you have, enjoy the moments you've been given. Take care.